Wonder Twins issue 8, Mark Russell writing with Mike Norton on the art. So, yeah, you two read this. There you go.
Yeah. So Connor, you caught up,
I
right?
did. I read both issues back to back.
How'd you feel about that last issue? Did you feel the same way I did?
I think I liked it a little bit more than you did,
Okay.
but I agree in premise of what you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I feel completely different about this one because this is back. Russell's back with his A game in this one.
Yeah. Yeah. This is pretty great.
So, yeah. Polymath's in the juvie, right? And
Which
she can
is,
get all visitors.
What's it called? It had a stupid name. Prison Kids with a Z.
Yep.
A subsidiary of Lexicon.
Yep. But so she's she's approved visitors, anyone except Jaina, which
Yeah.
of course
Jaina comes to visit, and she's like, "Oh, you're not on the list of approved visitors. See,"
Mhm.
and it just says approved visitors, anyone except Jaina, and
Yeah,
it's
so that
pretty
was
good.
But the I would say the real spine of this issue is the reunion for the principal and the librarian who went to the high school 30 years ago, and they're doing a reunion, and basically he has feelings for the librarian.
Yeah, they had a thing.
Yeah,
and he made a choice, and that was
Yep.
it.
And so yeah, and he's real sad about it. And the first chuckle I got on this is that his dating app is called Sad Dads. Dating but sad. So he gets the high school reunion.
It's worse when it goes, 0 people like you. It's like, that's so sad.
Yep. And so so Jaina's doing the announcements, and we start hinting that he's gonna want her help in putting this together.
Yeah. I loved some of these announcements as well. All D&D games are restricted to the library, no matter how epic they may get.
Yes, that was a good one.
The baseball diamond is strictly off limits to wizard battles.
Yeah. Also, today is Librarian Appreciation Day. Let your librarian know how much they mean to you. Libraries are, after all, our collective memory. That's another. I feel that's a Mark Russell.
It is, yeah. He's there. That's him going, "Hey, libraries are cool, yo."
Yep. So, but yeah, so principal's super depressed, kind of taking it out on Jaina, and that he's like, nothing's permanent. You just need to talk to her, get it over with. He goes, "No, that's where you're wrong. Everything we do, every mistake, goes on our permanent record. I would know. I am a principal." Like
everything in this book has me laughing this week. Like the start of this scene when Jaina, comes to the office, she's like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Do you know what it is? What an adult is, Jaina?" And she's like, "I'm just gonna leave." And he's like, "A walking accumulation of regret."
Yep.
She's just like, "Too late."
So then we get the stuff in the prison where Polymath essentially orchestrates a breakout because she has watched the guards have the ice cream truck come in to the jail or the prison.
Yeah, he always comes out to get it. They're very excited. They're like little kids who are there for the ice cream van. And
they come out, and she knows that one of them doesn't, take ice cream, but they're not really watching because he's watching everybody else eat the ice cream because he's on the diet. So they're able to sneak out, and they're going to show up and wreak havoc on the Wonder Twins for putting her in there with these other, young supervillains, you could say, that had gotten out. But it is basically, the whole issue is basically about being able to apologize, and that just because you accept an apology doesn't mean things are so good. It's just that you're, I guess, mature enough to have it work. But she learns all that from Zan, who is a big fan of Gun Cop. We keep seeing Gun Cop now after that issue with the double date and whatnot. He's wearing a Gun Cop shirt. There's a poster in the back, but
he's been tasked with running the casino for the school reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And oh boy, does he lean into it.
Oh, he does. He becomes a full-on pit boss, and he's got an eye in the sky. Mm-hmm. And there's a gambler that, funnily enough, looks like Jason Momoa. Like, at least to me.
I thought that too.
Right? And he's at the reunion. He's just cleaning up. So Zan has him, because he's trying to get
he's
enough
after
money
this,
to get this.
dog, like ceramic dog.
Yeah, so back in the 80s, there was a beer mascot. I think it was for Bud Light called Suds McKenzie or Bud McKenzie. I can't remember the full name. And that's basically what this is a parody of. What's his name?
Was
Suds.
Yeah, he did say at one point, Studs McDoggy.
There you go. And so basically Zan, Al's is drinking grape juice too. Not wine, it's grape juice.
Yeah.
He brings them back, and for him cheating, has Suds has Studs destroyed.
He's like, because he's just there, sat in his chair with the glass, looking all evil, and he's like, right, boys, break his legs.
Yeah, because the guy was cheating at blackjack.
Yeah, and you're like, what the hell? And then they just smash the dog, and you're like, oh, okay.
He was the ultimate party animal.
Yeah.
Like, and so, but Zan doesn't like who he's become now, so he removes the mustache.
Yeah, stare into the abyss long enough, kid, and it stares back at you.
So Polly's got with her group because they leave after this. They end up leaving the kid prison after this lady comes in and basically wants to try out makeup on them and whatnot. She's like, you know what? Yeah, I did wrong in here, but I was also trying to upset the system. And you can't break an omelet. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. So she's kind of like, I'm not about this moral relativism or moral binary. It's more relative.
Yeah.
So that's why they escape, and they have Jaina surrounded, and she needs Zan to make the power. And he comes in and slides under Polly's legs. Yeah. Slides under, makes the save. Wonder Twin powers activate.
She just becomes a snake and wraps him up.
Right. But the gambler, whoever he is, he gets kicked out, but he looks like he's going to swear vengeance now.
He does. He's got that hunch.
Yep. And the principal and librarian end up, having a talk, and he wants to start over, which I feel like the undercurrent has to do with, and I might be completely missing this, was because they are different races. Like, I feel like that was the decision he made, and now he's walking back on it. You know what I mean?
You could be onto it. It's very, very, very vague as to what the decision he made was. He never really says much about it. He just says he made a choice and it was the wrong one. Right,
and so that's where I got it from. And he thinks it's too late to start again. This is where I talk about the apologies, where she goes, "It's too late, but it was nice to hear it anyways. Thanks." So it opened up their friendship. That even if despite working together for decades, that now they can be back on a normal human relationship. But so Jaina she has Polly wrapped up is, she wanted to say sorry more than anything, but that she thinks her dad Philo's alive, and that she's going to help get him back.
Yeah, and we know he is. He's in the Phantom Zone.
He's in the Phantom Zone.
I'm not sure how she knows that yet. I don't recall that being.
It probably has to do with the Hall of Justice, because we know that they intern there.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was definitely a rebound issue. It's good to have back.
Yeah, I think should mention the art, because this was not Byrne.
It's not Byrne. No.
It's a really good job of emulating Byrne's style.
Yeah.
It looks very similar. I don't think it's quite as clean as Byrne's are. The lines aren't quite as defined. But it does a great job of matching the style of the book and working for that. So I've got nothing to complain about in the art department.
Nope, it's pretty solid. And the story, it's back on par, which I'm hoping this means good things for you guys. I know you guys were enjoying Dial H, so hopefully this rebounds.
I'm hopeful for that. Again, I'm hoping it was just a one-off issue to fill some time, and then back on, especially on that book where the artist has been so essential. So it was like, okay, he needs an issue off.
Because we know he was working on 8, right? Is that what he said? And so maybe the plans were there. Something came up, so now he got pushed to 9.
Maybe, yeah.
Or wait, this was 8, yeah. So maybe, I don't know, but we'll see where that goes.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah. So what are you rating it, Connor?
I'll give it an 8.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I'll go with an 8 on this one. Wasn't quite up with some of the other stuff I've given the 8.5 to, but still really, really good.